Bear has a blast of emotion and then starts a live stream. You ready for this? Oh my gosh. Oh, I haven't had this one in a long time.
Came in on bended knee. It wasn't hard to fall for me. You stood beneath a burning tree and hoped to rescue Lee. I figured it's the things I've done, something about the man that I've become. Hey, look at all the hearts we've won, these restless little thieves. So I shiver through the words I sing. They're warmer than the ones that never left my head. I've made an ocean of this bed. Now I beg you, starve to roll to end. Well, you can let your arrows sing. I've never met a man of iron skin, but you know, archers never make good kings. Fire burst into everything now. Well, I settle into heart and soul. Sell the only thing that it could never hold. We fell into these arms and now we'll risk our limbs to find out who we are. Well, I could try to get you closer, but I know you'd break your neck just to see the stars. And if we don't dare to hold it, then this reckless wandering love was never ours. Archers never make good kings. Fire burst into everything. Archers never make good kings. Fire burst into everything now. I came in on bended knee.
Roar. Anybody else an archer here? Anybody else like to archery? Shoot the bow and arrow? Yeah, archers never make good kings because they fire first into anything. I never said I was a queen. I'm an archer. Artemis. First card up. I can't see. I cannot see. 32, mirror number 5. Ain't about the cards. Go look in the mirror. Right? What does the mirror say to you? Hey, Ism. I just wanted to say hello before everyone else showed up. Okay, thanks, Is. I thought you were saying, yeah. Have a good day, dude. Good luck with the rest of your day, G. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a super day. Really? Rob, Benjamin Shadow, first one in. Hey, you. I bow hunt. What kind of bow? Like a compound? I never used anything but the regular, like old school. I don't even remember the name. I'm not really good at retaining information, right? So just the old school, as you would see in, you know, an old movie. Yeah, I sold my bow bear compound. Rawr, right on. I love the sound, like the psh. I still just haven't tried one yet, just because the only time I ever got to the archery range in Corbeil, when she looked at me and said, what do you want to use? I was like, well, the old school. And I just never got to continue with my flow. Yeah, I sold my bow and arrow in June of 2019 when I gave up everything to go and just quest for my heart's desire, and then ended up back here because my heart's desire has not been findable yet. Boom, boom. Yeah. Um, and I keep looking online. I want to find a used. I want wood. I don't want any like plasticky whatever materials. I really think I want oak, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, I see my future bow. I mean that on so many levels. Future bow, and I'll know it when it's mine, and I find it or it finds me. Hey, Wolf Dude One, bless you, Mama Bear. How's it going? How's your day? Alien Believers, long time no pop in. How's you doing? Hey, Genevieve, always and forever, great music. Oh yeah, I forgot to share. Thanks for saying that. That's the Ballroom Thieves. They are a Canadian band, not super well known. I've actually never even heard them on the radio, which I don't listen to unless I'm in a car, and I don't have a car. So, but I've never heard them on the radio per se. I found the Ballroom Thieves on Spotify. Um, I believe it was summer 2017. The first song I ever heard by them was Bees, Beess. And by the time the song started, the singer started singing the first phrase. I had it on repeat and I was crying like a baby before the song was even over. That's how much it yeah, they're amazing. They got like cool beats and the lyrics of them are really amazing to me anyways, right? Take what resonates, leave the rest. And I would suggest Bees, if you go in and listen to that song, be prepared. And the one thing you can remember if you choose to go listen to it is we know, women know, we know. We're just waiting for you to open up, Buttercup. And I'm going to leave it at that. Hey, Tim. Oh my God, Tim. Dude, I've tried everything high and low to get to you through both emails that I've got. So I have my Rewilded Child that I shared with you. And I have my Au Bon Accueil, which is my old restaurant. I kept my email going and I still use it. So and I still use it because, hey, why not, right? And yes, Tim, we are blocked, but don't take it like yuck. Take it as good. The more we are blocked, it means like, holy shit, right? Once we get together, we're going to feel all right. You know what I'm saying? Being blocked just means find another avenue. This being said, I'm prepared to write my phone number down and then take it away. I love everybody that can pass through, but holy shit, like the background stuff that can happen when creepers get through is not so fucking funny. So give me a thumbs up when you're ready to take that number on, and I'm going to write it down. And if anybody here chooses, hey, I really would like to talk to Genevieve too, well, fuck, you go for it. Text me. Right? Don't call me. I'm in Canada, and you're gonna pay the price if you actually use the phone number. But if you really feel like, hey, I want to talk to Jen too, then fucking text me. You know what I mean? I got enough creepers. No, I'm fine, Tim. It's up to you. Whichever. Yeah, I'll do mine. It's fine. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not hiding. I'm in plain sight. I'm not the best at putting in numbers, so there you go. Yeah, I'm in plain sight. I'm not hiding. I've never tried to not be available to anybody who would like to speak to me personally and that we have any kind of flow together. I just, how many other women do you know who stepped online and always say exactly who they are, full name, exactly where I live? You know what I mean? Any idiot could find me. Of course, Wolf Dude, you've had my phone number since day one. You've always had my phone number since like the first year. Not my fault your fucking phone broke last week and you fucking lost it. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit. Of course you can. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, weird shit happens fast, and I just deal with it when it does. But I mean, I really don't need more bullshit. I got enough on my plate as it is. I need the good stuff, right? So yeah, let me know when you got it, Tim. Like I say, anybody else is welcome to text it as well. I'm not hiding. Everything and everywhere that I am and have ever been is findable, right? I learned a long time ago that to be elusive makes people want to find you even more, and then they'll fucking hunt you down and find you no matter what, right? So fucking the more available I've been in the last 4 years, when I say openly, right, get a hold of me if you want to, it makes people run and hide. When you openly say, hey, I'm ready to talk to you, you know what that does? Boom, backs away, right? For real. So you know what I mean? People are strange. They say they want something, but then you offer it to them and they won't take it. So, got it? Right on. Thanks, guys. Boom. This being said, I wrote it there. It's probably anybody could press on it and still find it. I don't trust the algorithms and what is actually supposedly available and what's not. I was talking to Zigzagzilla yesterday through a text conversation, and we were talking about the fact that if we make a video on YouTube private, it's YouTube is still censoring that shit if they choose to, even if it's private, right? I've put videos unlisted before, sent to one person, and then all of a sudden there's comments from someone else, and it's like, how the fuck did you get here? I just sent this to someone in the fucking UK, and somebody on the West Coast has got my unlisted video, right? People think that things are safe, just like people who think that, you know, they go on Snapchat and the picture disappears. No, guys, it does not disappear. Like, somewhere in a random fucking country, you're being used as fucking porn or something and you don't even know it. Like, hello? Anyways, nothing to be hidden. There is nothing to be hidden. That's it. You know what I mean? We are one. What we think about is out in the ethers. That's how the syncs happen. So people who think that, you know, my mind is my own and I can fantasize or believe what I want, nobody's gonna know. Bitches, we know. We know. Right? That's why, forgive them, they know not what they do. But we're trying to tell you what it does, and you either know when you listen or you don't. Right? Okay, I gotta catch up to where I was. Alien believers. Yes, you're in Canada too. It's the opposite. Tim says nothing is safe. We have to navigate. I think that it's the opposite. Everything is safe. You either believe you're protected or you're not. We either bring in a nightmare-esque or really something shitty for the experience of it, right? Or for the fact that when we're so afraid of something, it's gonna happen. That's it. I stand by that. I've created all my worst nightmares of my life in my 50 years, going on 51. You know what I mean? Because I was so afraid of certain things, they happened. I bless and thank my soul all the time for not being afraid of certain things because I never manifested those things, right? That's it. Wolf dude, lol, I need Artemis's blessing, hunting down my health again. Well, you got mine. And Artemis Sync, me and Lily were talking about Artemis this morning. Me too, alien believers. I want one myself, but at a good price. Same. I'm not really into like paying overpriced for things, but I will pay the price for quality, right? And I really love to, you know, one man's trash or one man's treasure type of thing. So somebody somewhere has got a baby of that was their beau that they loved, and they're gonna put it up for sale, or, you know, fucking bring it right to my door. I don't fucking know how it's gonna happen, right? This being said, as much as I want a bow and arrow right now, I could have a Target here that would be okay, but it is not the ideal place, right? Compared to certain locations that I've lived, and I can fucking go and make my targets and shoot however I fucking want. Because I always hit the target. That doesn't worry me. I don't need to have like, whoa, you know what I mean? I just need this much space. I can hit that. I know that. Even after not having touched it for years. And I'm small, right? And my arms, I haven't kayaked or done anything, you know, physical in years. So my core strength is super weak. right now. And that's how my core strength was strong before. I kayaked and I had my bow and arrow. So, you know what I mean? It was different. But even then, I needed a junior bow, or a bow that like a teenager would have, considered like a junior bow, because I'm not really big, and I'm not, even when I am buff, I don't want to, right? I'm not Miss fucking Universe of pumping iron and shit. Right? I actually work out vicariously by looking at people who are buff and say, "Wee, amplify for me." And actually, I'm in a stage right now where it's like I've patted myself for the energies coming in all the time. Having the wee jiggle jiggle is actually better for me right now. It helps keep me grounded and anchored here. When I'm very small, at my smallest, without any extra weight at all, I tend to be very willy-nilly. Like, I can't ground and be here in the matrix because I'm fucking everywhere. Whee! Cool. As you can see, I never saw it pop in or anything, Tim. I'm just going to go check my app to see if it worked. I don't use my notifications. Ow. So Al has popped up, but Tim, you're not there yet. Al. You can call me Al. Right on, guys. I never have my notifications on my devices, so feel free to text or, you know, send random stuff at any time. And yeah, gonna be honest, if you do go cross the line and piss me off, I'll fucking just block you or tell you. You know what I mean? I don't do like flirty, weird, whatever stuff on my phone or in my life. Okay, just catching up. I'll post my phone number. Don't do it. I may also text you, yes. Hi, waters above. Been thinking about you, sweetie. I just never got around to texting anything this morning. Yeah, Tim, where you say nothing is safe, we have to navigate. I really believe it's the opposite. I believe we are fully protected. Everything is safe, and where we're choosing to flow our energy is what we get back to a certain extent, right? If there's anyone who's had to walk the talk of you can be safe in the middle of chaos, is me in the last years, right? I never lived as an adult in a city. I'm alone here with my daughter, and like fucking shit's popping off, and I'm in the middle of the weirdness, right? So I'm in a residential neighborhood where this is where everyone who is homeless in Toronto or down south got sent here. They got told, here's a bus ticket, up north they will take care of you. And then when they got here and went to go to the homeless shelters or to the places, they were told, just like Mary and Joseph, there's no fucking room here, right? So down south we already have what we had here, but down south is sending people to here and to the Sudbury area and a couple other places in the north, telling them that this is like the new gold rush type of Yukon, or, you know, the Wild West. If you go there, you'll be safe. They'll take care of you. But that's not the truth. So it's like, whoa, what I've actually seen in the last years, what I've experienced of knowing what the COVID timeline has brought into reality, I would have never experienced if I had the life that I wanted in the bush, far away, near the water, whatever, and not seeing and knowing of this, right? So that's why this timeline had to happen for me, is to be able to really know what the fuck is actually going on, instead of the cookie cutter version that other people have. When you don't see and know, you don't know. They're not talking about it on the news. They don't talk about it in the newspaper. People don't know, right? Alien says, yes, they're getting even worse. If you can believe that. Any swearing is being stopped? I'm not sure what you mean. I swear like a motherfucker and nothing's ever happened yet. And I don't plan on stopping that, right? You mean the online stuff? I guess, Tim, but I've been using the internet for myself, right? Since 2005-ish. I never wanted to be on the internet. I got gifted a computer and I got gifted the fucking making sure that I could be part of the real world. And I ignored that computer for like a year. It was gathering dust in the corner. It was like, bitch, stop looking at me. I'm not going to use you. And then I started, right? For the experiences I sometimes talk about that have happened to me that are creepy or weird, I've only had a certain amount. It's just that I don't hide that I've had those certain amount of things. This being said, I've always been very conscious. When I chose to go on the internet, it is for my greater good and the greater good of the all. I have never hidden my identity. I've never been anonymous. I've never commented things that I didn't end up having to be accountable for at some point, right? So if I ranted and hurt somebody's fucking feelings and then was told, wow, like you fucking just hurt me, you know what I mean? I had to be accountable. I didn't just run away, right? Or it was like, what are you talking about? I was saying something nice. What do you mean I triggered you, right? I've always been accountable as much as I can. I'm not saying there's stuff I never saw or I never like was accountable for. Like, holy shit, right? I'm not fucking perfect. But seriously, so when I chose to go on the internet, I started using it with wide eyes and wonder of the research I could do, right? I researched stuff up the wazoo, up and down, not rabbit holey wise, but in a way of like finding things that teach me or that educate me. I went from being a girl who had to go to the library or have her own encyclopedias to know stuff to a woman who could like fucking have any information at her fingertips, right? I haven't used the internet to dilly dally and like weird ass shit and porn and stuff. And saying I never checked for that stuff too, right? But what I put out has always come back. That's why my streams are known to be safe, and it's very rare somebody will come in and poke and prod at us because I've never went in and poked and prodded at other people, right? I've never went to instigate anonymously other people to crank them up or to trigger them, so that doesn't come back to me. What comes back to me and to us is the very pure sanctum usually. And often, you know what I mean, when anything comes through that is not like that, it's either somebody that's in like uber wound mode, right? They're hurting, or it's not even a real person. It's like an agent being paid to do stuff that they don't even last very long, right? Because like go bother somebody else, right? Move right along. Hey Michelle, how's your day? How's your sleep time and dream time last night, guys? After the stream ended up playing with Lil. I made a little bit of food, played with Lily, made a little more food, and then went to bed around midnight. And I slept like whoa, like I woke up a little bit, but every time I woke up, I would just like cuddle back in until 5. I think it was 5:21. Then I was up for a few hours, and Kelly. Thank Kelly Ryan O'Brien for getting me getting that meditation to me. We had been talking about Aluna Ash, 2 weeks ago, and I said she's going to check in soon. She's going to come up with something, and Kelly was like, for sure. And boom, it came up yesterday. So anybody who's not familiar with Aluna Ash, her channel that she had, for me, she was part of my beginnings of my YouTube journey. She's one of the first true light workers or whatever. I don't even use those words, right? One of the truest people I ever found, and just she's been doing her own thing in different ways. Hey Aphrodite Rose Starfire, I'm catching up to the chat, guys. Hi Amber. I'm a little behind, you know how it can be, but I see you and I'm like, whoosh. Aphrodite Rose, thanks for being a witness yesterday. Yeah, I was guided to be there, honey, and I needed to be there with you. I ended up stopping and then starting my own stream because of the energy exchange of flow, right? Your vulnerability, your truth, your honesty, your raw, who you are and what you're living, put into me the vibration, the feeling of go and gather others, right? I wanted to reach out with you on Skype, but I just haven't had the chance. My one question is, how's the van, right? How's the van? Was it a bearing? Did you guys get that fixed? Are you in any need of abundance? for, you know, a flow to be sent to you. And if you are, please say so that, you know, if anybody chooses from here to be able, right, we have to keep the conduit of sharing open, right? So that's really important. I believe that through the tribe vibes that we already have, though, we already have enough abundance that if we share it, all of us can always be safe. It's a question of sharing and dispersing. You got more, fucking gift it, right? You got energy, gift it. You have a flow, gift it, right? We are the ones we have been waiting for. If we circulate everything that we are and that we have together, it's already enough to keep the momentum of everybody safe and feeling heard, and just, we're doing this for a reason, right? It's important. It's real. It's not just like social media. It's the way we were meant to find each other, right? It's important. I love you, sweetie. Sharing is caring. It really is, guys. And sharing means sharing the love, sharing support, telling somebody, I see you, right? Timo, if you've ever pulled a bow, you never lose that strength. Yeah. Yeah, Tim, because when I did pick it up in 2018, I hadn't touched it in years. I don't even think since maybe like early adulthood. And I swear, I stood, I stanced, the lady looked at me, and I fucking just like, boom. And I shared it last week in my community post. It was like, how the heck can you be like 30 years not touching something, but that, you know what I mean? Oh, I love it. And the recall, the feeling that comes to me just holding it. Oh, man. Better than sex, I tell you. Michelle, I just posted a gym rat pic. I'll do it for both of us. Oh, alien believers, sweetie. I just lost my youngest son on Sunday. So I'm trying to stop thinking so much. He was only 29. Oh, sweetie. Thanks for sharing. If you want to share his name, just so we can, you know what I mean, have the honor and the knowing of the name. A lot of times names flow through me and I'm not aware quite of who they are until the connection comes in, right? Yeah. Things are happening so fast, sweetie, and there's so many of us who truly have to walk the talk of what is happening versus, you know, the theory of what could happen. Kyle, Kyle, Kyle James. Thank you. Honor and respect. Shivers. I'm hugging you, sweetie. Miigwech. Alien believers, YouTuber rules are changing. I heard all tubers that swear in their videos will lose their channel. Cool. If ever I disappear, look for me. I will be on somewhere else. I am not going to clean up my language and not be authentically me. Because if, you know, people are insulted about swearing, that's my first rule for disappearing, right? So if ever that does come to pass, and if that is a truth, then you'll find me where we're allowed to speak how we need to. Hi, Crystal Clear. Hey, everyone. Genevieve popping in to say Happy New Year. Thank you, sweetie. You as well. Timo, that's why I can't Skype, because my son was in Afghanistan and it's got a virus connected to me. Okay. Paradox Fossil says in 1999, 2000, I made over 10,000 on eBay easily until 9/11 happened. It stopped. Yes, alien believers, I appreciate you saying it. Holding it in at this point, especially with us, you know what I mean? Thanks. Just thought I should tell the truth as Genevieve does. Thanks. Yeah, that's not something super awesome to be holding in. And when we can witness and hold space, right, with you. Hey, J. Hernan 594. How are you? Amber Lachelle says, weird ass dreams. I had many dreams as well. I didn't bring back any pure recall, but my recall can always be triggered by words or by something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not attached to remembering. But I felt very good and happy when I woke up. Alien, you recognize Jay? Herman. I'm trying to say it, Herman. Amber says, giant mountain lions stretched out across highways in heat. You're at the shop right now, Aphrodite? Okay. It's super pricey, yeah. If anyone could send energy my way, that would be awesome. Cool. Okay, thanks for confirming, sweetie. Yeah, things are happening weirdly fast, but in a way that as well the good stuff is happening weirdly fast too, right? Whoa, Michelle says, I dreamt I was driving with the rear view and side view mirrors blown out. No looking back. Yep. That makes total sense. No looking back. Exactly. I've had dreams. I don't have specific recall where it's like, like in the Bible, you don't look back. You look only forward. And I believe that's kind of where we're at in our timeline right now. Like, stop looking back at everything. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you're going to have like recall of things. Yes, you're going to have flashbacks. Yes, we still have things, but stop really turning around to look back and look forward. Right? Looking forward means, okay, if I'm triggered by something that hurt me, why? Like, why? Right? And I mean, how to surpass and move forward. Aphrodite Rose Starfire confirms it is a bearing. The thing is the labor. He's taking forever, but hopefully he'll only charge me for 2 hours. Yeah, and keep in mind that thing. If somebody kind of screws you for labor, they're going to get screwed back somehow, and you're going to get gifted something else back, right? So sometimes because I'm not going to lie, the last year or two with my car that was new and going to get my tires changed just because I don't have the equipment to change it my fucking self, because otherwise I could. Right? I don't need anybody to do it, but I don't have anything to like be able to like help myself do it. And being charged the exact same price as somebody who needs to have their tires rimmed and de-rimmed, and I have to pay the same price, but I bought my fucking rims, right? Me knows how long it takes. Me knows that, good men only charge a woman $20 for that shit. They don't charge $70, right? That's it. It doesn't take a lot of time, and it's not anybody could do it, right? So yeah, the payback, you know what I mean? We get what we give, and those that choose to not really give the good part, because that's the thing, when a garage or somebody who's in the power to like give a good price to somebody who needs it, that was stranded in a van on the side of the road, and that's your home right now, it's a whole other level than somebody who's got plenty of money and then has an issue. And when they give the good deal, they get back something awesome as well. So when they don't, you get it back some other way. That's it. Right now, flow is flow, sharing is caring, and we may not think that people are not getting like what they deserve, but they are. They are. We all are, right? Yes, Amber says, may the mechanic angels bless you. Timo, yeah, I get it. I can almost fix vehicles over the phone. Yep, yep. My ex-husband and my son are like that. They can describe for what to do, right? And it's just a question of doing it. But that's the thing. Most of our vehicles now are conceived that you need a computer, or just changing a simple bulb, you have to take too many things apart or go into things that you have to take this apart to go into that. Like all cars are conceived to need a lot of labor time instead of the simplicity of like boop, 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 right? Your son wants to be a mechanic, Anita. I'm not caught up in the chat, but I just saw that pop up. It's like I told my son when he graduated and he's an industrial mechanic. I was like, you might still think that you are not worthy because you're not a doctor, you're not a lawyer, and other people, right, what they think. But you're the man that when shit happens, or, you know, a lawyer can't fucking help you when shit hits the fan, right? I don't really care if you can talk a lot, buddy. What the fuck can you do, right? What the fuck can you do? Rah, 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 rah. Okay, I really don't care if you can talk. Can you build a fucking house? Can you fix a fucking leak? Can you fucking do anything, right? The fucking talking don't mean shit. So the manual, the laborers, that's why the trades industries were so frowned upon, and now there's a lack all over Canada. A guy or a woman who chooses to be a mechanic or a machinist, they got the world, a welder right now in Canada has the world by the balls. And what I mean by that is you could decide, oh, I want to live in this province and in this city and have a job, boom, the next day, and probably be making your own, like, you know, like bargaining a better salary than what they're actually offering, because it's so much in demand. And I would assume in Australia it might be the same kind of thing where, you know what I mean? The people with the knowing and the skills, there's not enough of them. Because so many people are retirement age or just, they don't want to work anymore. They're done, right? They're fucking 45. They've been doing it for like all these years and they're done. They're moving on to something else, or you know what I mean? Glad you're here, Anita. Yes, Alien Believer says, Michelle, it's a great way to live a life. Never look back. Yeah, I'm not so good at looking back. And I really realized to what point it's other people who want me to look back or remember stuff, or, oh, remember this, remember that. I really don't care about this or that. Can we move on? All right? How other people think that, oh, because we had this before, it's even possible again. Well, no, actually it's not, right? Gotta go to work, Tim? Okay. Michelle, Nick, it was the dream I needed. There's a lesson for many of us here. Crystal Clear says, I agree, Michelle. Healing dreams. Yup. Really, Anita? My dreams have been so active. I'm exhausted this morning. Too many dreams to remember them all. Yeah, someone posted something. I didn't really... Like, there's something, like, that hit the world... I don't know. I can't even remember. But, the fucking... The energy, right? It just... I forget the word she used. Because I'm getting sick of the words. It's just like, okay, the energy is this energy and blah, 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 right? And Wolf Dude says, Anita, preach girl. I've not felt rested sleeping for like half a year now. Yeah, well, when I don't feel rested a couple days or enough in a row that I'm actually feeling googly, I demand my higher self, like, fuck this. I need sleep. I need to feel rested, right? I don't consent to waking up and not being rested. Enough. It's me, right? We do. We have the ultimate control. We might think we don't, but we do. I don't consent to not waking up feeling rested tomorrow. Demand it. It's your body. Amber, thinking the dream time is a reminder to keep choosing myself. Yes, probably, Amber. And I know that for me, as soon as like I don't choose myself, it doesn't matter how I want to do like help or be nice or be kind. I'm fucked. It affects my body, it affects everything. So it's like, how many reminders do I need to? The more I take care of me or the more I respect me, the more I honor everything and everyone. And there's a ripple effect of a greater good for other people, not just me. Gonna make a coffee? Okay, Anita. Crystal clear. I'm gonna go off the chat now. Enjoy listening to you, G, while I'm doing chores. Roar, thank you. Yes, Michelle. Fair exchange. Exchange in abundance is even better. Paradox. We are like rebels with a cause. Mavericks. Whoa, Maverick has been coming up a lot for me these days. Alien, it's true. Young and don't want to work, financially building stuff. The problem is a lot of those jobs don't pay much unless you are the owner of the company. Talking about the building industry. Indeed, yeah. But that's the thing is that I don't believe that the youth or anybody is lazy and doesn't want to work. I think that people are really understand what is a real job and what is actually going to hurt or benefit somebody, right? Going to work, minimum wage at something that's just basically bullshit, and that your body is fucked after the end of your day, your week, your month, your year. There's other ways. We're here to flip the scripts of what this matrix is, what it means. People don't believe in the fast food industry that it's real food, but it's the only thing that's still kicking right now. Right? There's not many mom and pop restaurants available here in my area. Right? So people support the industry that underpays employees. Right? So we are the ones where we direct our money, and we are the ones to demand what we want, but people don't demand what they want, right? Everything's just let it go, let it go. This is how the world works. Well, just because it's always been done this way doesn't mean it's right. Just because it's always been done a certain way doesn't mean we have to keep perpetuating certain things. Especially in the last years where, people who work in a car by themselves have been told that they have to have a mask and be vaccinated. So, there's a lot of reasons for people not working in the last 2 years especially. I will not, put my body into an experimental fucking feature just to make sure that I have a job just like other people expect. Because I do have a job and it serves a purpose and it's my mission and it's what I do here. Right? And what I do here has a ripple effect everywhere, all the time, every day. 24/7. I don't actually, I'm not ever not working. Right? You too, sweetie. Only a gift recognizes a gift. Aphrodite Rose Starfire, you're a gift, Michelle, my belle. Yeah. Only the gifts recognize the other gifts, because otherwise, the stuff that they think, eh? Oh my God. Hey, Kismet Cat Newman. Yes, humanity is realizing they are not slaves to society. Exactly. And what do we want as a society? Do you realize that 3/4 of, it's like, who was it the other day? Oh, was it Ben Balderson? Benjamin Balderson was speaking of when he went to the Flat Earth conference stuff a few months ago in October, Flattober. And he was saying how, first of all, to step off his land, it is hard on his body because he can only bring a certain amount of food for real for the time that he's traveling. And depending on how he's traveling on a plane, he can't really, pack his lunches. He's not in a, in a Winnebago and stocked up. and how, you know, you can't find certain foods in certain areas, and how, even with, like he said, even with a bunch of flat earthers and truthers, the first thing that people are saying is, hey, we're going to grab McDonald's, are you coming? Or you want a Big Mac, or what do you want from McDonald's? And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? I don't eat that shit. I'm used to eating at home. He's like, I'm already on the fucking toilet all the fucking time from the normal food that I'm eating, you know, everywhere. I can't eat that. Right? Once you've gotten to a certain embodiment and you actually have your homestead and you got your own everything, eating anything anywhere else, unless it's coming from pure sources, is making your body sick. But like he said, it's shocking to him. He's got truthers, flat earthers, people who talk about this and that, and the first thing they do is go eat the stuff that they're talking about that's killing us. Right? So, personally, I partake in whatever the fuck I want. Because whether it's considered good, bad, or ugly, I bless that shit and it's good for me if I believe it. Right? That's it. I don't have any like, I'm gonna eat this because of, right? But this being said, I have lived a life where I manifest fucking everything from the bread to everything in my own home. I'm just not equipped to do that. I have had the pantries and the freezers with everything canned and stocked, and I have had that. I just don't have the reality right now where I can do that. Right? But once I get back to it, it's gone, baby, gone. And I've been saying this for years. People will say to me, like, I can't believe you go to Tim Hortons. Well, fuck, I lived in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere 3/4 of my life. I couldn't order a pizza and I couldn't go do stuff. I already know I can live in the middle of nowhere, come out once a year, and I wouldn't care. And if I didn't have to come out once a year and somebody else brought me stuff, I'd be fine. Like, I know this much is true. I have lived it, and I will get back to it once finally I can get out of this fucking divine city detour. I say divine because I'm trying to be kind, right? But that's real. You know, where do I see myself 5 years from now? 5 years from now, I don't see myself talking this way. I see myself fucking, I'm going to be busy doing other shit. And, you know what I mean? The other stuff might be the stuff that it's like, oh, I'm going to share that as I'm canning. I'm going to show you guys how to can because, you know, somebody's got to show other people. Whatever. I don't know. But the internet's a means to an end for me to be found, to gather, and then to, like, move the fuck along. I'm still shocked. One of my biggest, like, oh my God, at Christmas and New Year's is, like, how did I be here for 4 years saying openly, hello, whose tribe, and when are we gathering, and what are we going to do, and how are we going to do it, and I don't get one person beside me yet, right? And that you know, the 2 or 3 people that we are like full on fucking ready, there's a border separating us with no guidance to be crossing it. And by guidance to be crossing it means I know there's an ultimate timeline, and so skipping and trying to do a bunch of stuff to get somewhere else is not what I'm guided to do right now. Right? Does that make sense? Hey, Seek for Sight, been thinking about you. How's everything? Alien says, they are doing us like rats in a maze, keeping us down and never seeing their crimes. But here's the thing, alien believers and anybody else who's actually listening. It doesn't matter what they do. Remember, they are gathered. We are not. Think about it. They are gathered, executing whatever plans, whatever things they want to do, and we're all just sitting here looking at each other on screens still year after year after year. So they are not evil. We are just voyeurs or lazy or whatever, or the divine timing hasn't come in. I don't even know anymore because I've seen potential timelines of people living together, safe in a certain spot, more than one person, more than one family, but that still hasn't happened yet. So is it because I see so far and it's all just going to happen all at the same time? Because I was told it was going to happen in 2022. But yet here I am in crickets. It's still just me and Lily and the cat. Right? So me not knows anymore. I can't predict it because the things I thought were going to come true and happen I are still not here yet. Right? But they are gathered, we are not. We are still talking about what shape the earth is instead of what land should we have to be gathered on. Right? I got a spot right in the middle of fucking Canada right now that's been for sale for over a year. I spotted it last year. I checked it. It's still for sale. It's a whole plot of land with the buildings already there. The lake is right there. Everything's right there. I can't figure out how to fucking do that shit all on my own. Right? I already know that in 2016, I secured a whole house and land. And then in 2018-19, I did it again. Crickets. Mama Bear can only do so much on her own. Especially when she's got to think of every fucking aspect of everything. Right? If you build it, they will come. Well, nobody came those times. I ain't fucking doing it again until somebody's fucking already here. Does that make sense? Anyways. Being said, I know what I lived and what I did and what I tried to do, and you know, there's nobody ready. There's never anybody ready. People really want to talk about what they do, but nobody's ready to say, what are we gonna actually do? Right? Rawr, wolf dude. I'm getting new crystals like crazy. Got some bloodstones, some new quartz, and just different stones. I can never remember what I get, and Lily is really becoming into her crystals. She's either choosing her own or, you know, finding some. She said the other day, I really want an evil eye, and I was like, really? And then I gave her mine, right? It's yours. Kismet says, Grandma used to say, junk food and fast food forgets the most important ingredient, love. First of all, whether food has love in it or not before it comes to me, I'm the ultimate kicker of what's coming into me. So me thinking I want this, I love it, and it's good for me, it trumps everything. Second, we forget, although that we might not want certain industries to be around anymore, McDonald's is actually locally owned, right? So McDonald's is a franchise with the up here, but here in North Bay, the 3 or 4 whatever McDonald's that exist, somebody local owns that, and it's local people who work there. So somebody's aunt is the manager, somebody's brother, somebody's children works there. So I don't tend to believe that there's no love in fast food, because when I go somewhere and I see the team in the back working together, and some of them are actually having fun, there's love in there. There is. Often people who work at fast food are under such a pressure because people are very mean to people who work in fast food. They expect that when they order it, it should already be in front of them, but then they're angry because it's cold, it's not this, it's not that, if it was that fast. People don't take time to even be kind and say, hi, how are you, before they order a lot of the time. Right? Sometimes people are shocked when I actually take the time to say, how's your day? And I'm waiting for the answer, not just saying it out of, you know, like bullshit. So, myself, I had stopped eating all fast food. Lily didn't even know, like, she knew what McDonald's looked like because we could drive by one. She didn't know what it tasted like. We never went in. All she knew was a certain type of food from birth to like 4.5. And then what happened is, first of all, unless you find other people of your like kind, one child that has never tasted Kraft Dinner, Oreos, doesn't know what Paw Patrol is, doesn't know what McDonald's is, guess what happens to that child, right? So yeah, at some point, unless you can manifest to have other people who fucking are like you kind of have to integrate your child to have some sort of knowings of this world, right? Because as much as everybody wants to say children are resilient, children are strong, 3/4 of adults right now are still healing their childhood wounds of being bullied in like grade school, being told or being what they were when they were young, but they expect that our children right now are resilient. That doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Our children right now are the generation who have lived stuff that it don't matter what happened to you when you were a kid. What's happening now is real, and it will never be able to be like made up for. And the only way to fucking like is to make it better. Right? But yeah, we forget. It's not about McDonald's and the corporation. Individually, every franchise is locally owned and has just the regular people that live next door, live down the street, that need those jobs, right? So that's why we can't just radically change overnight. We are the ones, people who speak a certain way are the ones who use that stuff the most and who actually don't respect the whole process of it, right? Amber, yeah, Jen, especially if you set the microwave to special numbers. It makes the food taste better too. That's so cute, Amber, because I don't have a microwave right now, but whenever I did, I always did that. I never used the actual number of the actual time it should take for something to cook. I would put special numbers. That's so cool. Amber, I want to try poutine someday. Oh my gosh. Maybe you'll never try one until I make one for you, sweetie. That would be cool, eh? Alien, yeah, there's a lot of people who are dishonest and lying to themselves and then as a ripple effect towards like us, right? Michelle says Timmy's Daily, several locations, and I knew people at every location. Roar. See, for me, I'm very monogamous. I would have my favorite location, and that's it. And then if I stopped or was guided to another one, for real. And you know what's happened is because there's a Timmy's just down the corner. The whole timeline has changed for me. Whoa, Tone, can you hear it? The whole timeline has changed for me where there were people, there was eye contact, there was always something that felt good and amazing and a reason I was there, and then that is not the same anymore. If anything, whenever I try to go, like maybe not even once a week, we've been kind of going and it's like, oh, I'm going to grab a coffee, and the experience of being in there is surreal. It doesn't even feel like, it just feels surreal, and the coffee doesn't even taste good for me. It's making me sick. So it's like I've been pulled out of that timeline of being able to just go enjoy eye contact. And I knew the day that my favorite lady says to me, I only have 2 weeks left. I'm going to another location. And I was like, why? Is it closer to your house? And she's like, kind of, but I'm going to be at the campus. And I don't have to run around and make all the stuff the way I do. There's only a certain amount of things that are available at the campus. So it's going to be like the same, everything I know, but less stress. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. And the day she told me, I knew my timeline was done. And I tried to keep going, and oh my gosh, my timeline was done. And that's it. Last week when we went, or a week and a half, I don't remember, when I went again, none of the employees, there's one employee that was still there that looked at me and I was like, you okay? And like every employee has changed, even the man, everything has changed. Everybody, everything. Like the flow doesn't even feel the same. And it's like I'm not even benefiting anything. So it's like, again, I've been pulled out of that timeline. Wolf Dude says you should, Amber. Poutine is delicious. It depends, Wolf Dude. Some poutines are really gross, honey. Right? Not every poutine is good. Kismet, I sent you pics, G. Before you look, everybody is safe now, but I have new gray hairs. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Because of the hole? There's a hole? I don't know what you mean, honey. I'm sorry. Oh! I see the cat now. The cat fell through? What the fuck? And cats go on roofs, that's for fucking sure. Oh my god. The cat climbed up to watch the sunrise. I gotta catch up to the chat. Alien, then let's not change that because I've never been so ready to stand up and look over the table and knock the table over. But that's the thing, sweeties. I don't believe we're here to knock the table over. We're here to make sure that the table is safe for those who want to be safe. You know what I mean? Unless your role to play is a certain role, you know what I mean? A table is a round table for people to gather and feel safe in my mind's eye, right? Alien, I'm in, Genevieve. I have a trailer full, ready to go. Kismet, I've been actually asking that exact question for 3 years now, G. I'm not sure which one because I've been here. I'm late in the chat. I think I know what you mean, but started in Relentless Maverick's chat. Maverick is a sync, but I don't know who Relentless Maverick is. Back then, my YouTube channel name was NA. Kismet, I think my grandma meant that they were at work and didn't want to be where she was saying she loves us in an odd way. They rarely ever use the word love unless in that context. I don't know. I've known many people who are excited and happy to work, you know, in certain fast food places. It's not about where you work. It's about the quality of the people. You can be shoveling shit all day long and full of it by the end of the day and have the best team and best time ever, even if you're underpaid. You know what I mean? Aw, Amber, my daughter at 3 loved the idea of McDonald's so much. She said that's what I want to be when I grow up. See the beautiful perspective of a child. Exactly. That gives me shivers, Amber, because that's why we end up going back to McDonald's, or people will end up going back because we crave the childlike memory of what we had when we were little. And if adults looked at McDonald's the same way as that child did, imagine how beautiful the energy, right? Because we're manifesting reality. The energy that people put towards hating something but then going anyway, feeling guilty and ashamed is what you're putting out into the universe. So truly, this is why I don't have judgment of people who eat meat, people who drink, people who do any type of drug. I've told people who are addicts of certain drugs, you know, you could actually flip yourself into the reality of, instead of shaming yourself every time you take a hit or do whatever, I don't know the lingo, I don't do that shit. Instead of feeling ashamed, fucking enjoy your trip that you're having. Enjoy what you're feeling. Just be proud of you that you're being yourself. And that's how you can flip from the paradigm of I'm an addict, I'm ashamed, I can't believe I did this, to just I did it again. I'm happy. This is what I wanted. Right? if you're gonna drink a whole bottle of wine, be fucking happy that you drank it. If it made you sick the next day, enjoy that part of lying down and don't do it again. Drink less next time, right? The pressure of always feeling guilt and shame for everything is what's hanging in this collective consciousness everywhere. Because ultimately, it doesn't matter if we were eating sand or chicken balls fried with fucking shit on a stick. If you feel happy you're eating that, that's what's emanating everywhere. Right? For real. Same paradox. I see children with mature mentalities, but many so-called adults that act like punk kids. Good point, because I was talking to Lily last night. We had a little flow of a conversation where I said there's children that are very young that I've had more mature, true conversations than most grown-ass adults, right? Men are either MK program puppets and like it's all about their fucking dick and talking about like whatever. They don't even know how to fucking talk to a woman. Women are like, you know, consumed with whatever it is that they're fucking like ashamed of their body about, can't have an open flow conversation. But you can look at a 5 or 10-year-old in the eye and have a conversation, right? We could put a bunch of school children in a room right now and say, what do we need to have world peace? And boom, let's use that and do it, and the whole world would be safe, right? But you get 10 adults in the same room together and you ask them, how can we have world peace right now? And those 10 adults would be bitching at each other, fucking fighting and saying, no, my way, my way, my way. No, this. But you could put 10 kids in a room and the logic and the fucking normal, like, it's so fucking simple how we can bring peace to just a certain amount of people. It's like I said earlier when Aphrodite Rose Starfire was here. Do you need abundance, honey? Good. She needs abundance. Anybody here got an extra fucking 10, 5, 20 bucks, 100? Anybody got 1,000 fucking bucks that's laying around? Send it to her. That's it. Like, that's how simple it is today to help somebody for a greater good that has nothing to do with anything but helping somebody. Stop calling people tribe and sister and brother and not giving them energy. Figure fucking something out. You got no money to send? Fuck, send her the happy thought. Send her the wish that other people send her. Send her the wish that all of a sudden she's going to get something for free or that something, right? That's it. It is so fucking simple that even people who say that they believe certain things don't even do that. Woo! Bless ya. It's not face. Kismet, in a way for grandma, it's kind of her version of culture shock. She survived the depression, learned to love, to be making and giving food in her childhood. Yeah. Amber's, Timmy's like a Canadian version of Starbucks. I wouldn't compare it to a Starbucks, but it's a coffee shop like, but not like a Starbucks. Like, it's just more like a plain old fashioned coffee shop, but not. But it's not like Starbucks. Coffee from Casey's? I don't know what Casey's is, but Casey is one of my safe trigger happy safe names. Yeah, we have Casey's restaurants, but I don't know if that's the same thing she means. Just so you know, Amber, Tim Hortons is now owned by, an American company, and so there are Tim Hortons all over America. Lily was saying there's even a Tim Hortons in London. So, yeah, the more that time comes. Yeah. So, the more, you know what I mean? The other pick on the roof. Okay, now I saw the cat after. Kismet, rather than flip tables, we flip perspectives and show others how to do the same. Exactly. And instead of thinking of flipping tables, how about setting a table and inviting people to it? Right? Because 3/4 of where people want to throw an energy out and think that they're proving a point, you're not actually serving anybody. So one of the examples I'll give, a couple of years ago when the whole COVID stuff started in masks, I had grown men in panels, comments, videos, and they were proud. They were proud of themselves that they went to Walmart and they stood up to the Walmart greeter. Yep, they stood up to the Walmart greeter. Okay. So you have a young lady or a young man or an older gentleman or an older woman doing their job, and you stood up to them. Most people, some people even made vids of how angry they were and how they stood up for themselves. Okay, so you just scared the shit out of somebody and you're proud. Let's flip that script. If it was your mother, your sister, your daughter working at a store, and some fucking man came and rah her, the first thing you'd want to do is fucking kick that man's ass for talking to your daughter that way. So who the fuck do you think you are? What did you stand up for? You stood up for your right to fucking scare somebody in public, and the ripple effect of how many other children that you fucking scared. So you proud of yourself? What did you ultimately do? You didn't do anything pure positive. It didn't help anybody. And if anything, it traumatized other people to the point where that's why so many of us just can't even go out in public now the same way as we ever did, because we don't know how people are going to fucking pop off and how they're going to act. I didn't wear a mask for much of the beginning of the COVID timeline. But I entered stores and said, "Are you going to let me come in? I'm not going to wear a mask. I don't consent to wearing a mask. I cannot. May I come in?" And they would usually say yes, or they would look around and say, "Nobody's really ever asked. I guess so." I was like, I can leave. I can go somewhere else. There's many stores to choose from. And then I was either allowed in or not. How people chose to look at me in the store, that's their baggage, not mine. Right? One store said to me, "No, we're zipped. Nobody comes in here without a mask." And I was like, all right, I'll either come back when I'm ready to have one on, depending on how long this fiasco, or I'll be back when it's over. Thank you. And she looked at me and she's like, "No, thank you." I was like, "You're welcome." And I left. Because how hard it is for the people who are just doing their job. And if everybody would have quit their job and stood up for themselves or us or everybody, it would have been pure chaos. Right? It's like I told people before. If you really believe you can't wear a mask, go see the manager or the owner and ask. Tell them, "I and my family, I and 5 other people that I know, we do not consent. We will never wear a mask, but we need groceries. What time can we come to your store without a mask?" And that's what we'll come. Once a week, once a month, whatever. Why not do that? Right? The employee that's just being paid, just doing their job, you want everybody to fucking stand up and quit or do something. But most people who are very adamant about having a lot of rage and a lot of anger and bullying other people, they're still not even in a timeline where they're being honest and true to themselves. Right? I started wearing one when I realized some man that wears a mask and is vaccinated might jump me because they're very angry. Very angry that a little old me will walk into a store and I won't wear one. And how many men looked down at me, because I'm really short, looked down and said, "You need to wear a mask." No, I don't. Yes, you do. Everybody's doing it. I know, but I won't. And how? The rage of a man who's already so emasculated. He's got a diaper on his face. He's vaccined up. And I started to wear one for my own protection. And the day that I really started to wear one, when I knew I needed to, depending on where I was, to stay safe, it's a woman. She was walking down the street with her dog with her mask. I walked into the store with Lily that I always went to, where the guy who was working, I said, I'm never going to wear one. The day you don't want me in here, just say enough, go. And I'll go. I walked into the store and he knew, right? And she came in, opened the door, screamed at me like a banshee, shut the door, went to walk away. Then I left the store. She was waiting around the corner with her dog, screaming like a banshee again, that I deserved to die, that I shouldn't even be there, looked at my license plate. Oh my God, you're not even from here. Get the fuck out of this province. But she wasn't even going into the store. I never threatened her life by being close to her. She was walking her dog down the street. The feeling of like, holy shit, is she gonna sick her dog on me? Like, what the fuck? She wasn't even in the store, guys. That's how angry people are. You know what I mean? The shit I've lived, walking alone, wearing a mask or not wearing a mask. Kismet. Yeah, so many are living it's my way or the highway instead of remembering it's the Milky Way. Yeah. Hi, Gnostic Chef. Have a good afternoon, Blue. Million believers. Like I always said my whole life, we are the adults keep pulling on the feathers of our children's wings so that one day they no longer can fly like angels they were born as. Exactly, sweetie. Amber says, and the people that are meant to show up at your table will. Timo, I never wore a mask during the shenanigans. We had a store that sells chicken feed and everything else. Nobody asked for a mask. Yeah, every place lived something different. I live in a place where there's uber fear. First of all, because of the reserve, meaning people, the indigenous community has been programmed even more that they are more at risk for COVID than anyone else. So that fear is amped up. I live in a city that is we're the gateway to the north. You have to come through here. The military comes through here when they're going from Petawawa or the East Coast, West Coast. It's here. I am the gateway to the fucking north, right? So this is where you want to talk about human trafficking, child trafficking. This is where they cross to go through. Okay, like everything that I witness and I'm aware of, that I hold the fucking line for here, is so much bigger than just a fucking mask. So the fear base in here is like fucking huge. Huge, huge, huge. You think you know where certain things are in this world because you fucking been on the internet, and I've been saying for 4 years where I am, and nobody fucking understands. Nobody. Hi, Alex. Hey, Pearl Jones. Hi, Modib. I'm gonna stop, and I'm either gonna be done this stream or we're gonna get on a track of something that's actually pure positive and serving some sort of greater good, because I swear I can't believe I just spent that amount of time speaking those things. I'm not really proud of myself. Putting all that energy to that is not doing anything to serve a greater good. I just sat here and wasted all this energy talking about the past and what's happened. And again, what the fuck's gonna happen next, right? Who cares? Let's just keep talking about what's happened. Good night.